Hello y'all, welcome back to another video. I am Nobodium, and today I'm going to be reviewing East Blue. I'm going to make this a series where I complete a saga, or let's say season, on Crunchyroll, and I'll review it. And let me tell you, these are probably going to be shit. But, this is going to be episodes 1 through 61. I watched filler. I told myself I was going to watch it, I'm going to watch filler in the anime slash only anime canon, not about manga canon ones as well. And East Blue was pretty good. It was a solid start to the journey, and I feel confident that I'll actually get through all 1,000 episodes. Alright, so table of contents, I could change this up. Hey man, these four may change in the next videos, but first we're going to go through my reaction and opinions, the arcs, characters, and then my last thoughts. Alright. We got East Blue. We got a little progress bar to take us through this journey. Alright, my reaction. I found this on Google. The image is goddamn hilarious in my opinion. But my highs, cast is very diverse. I do like that. When a cast is diverse and not just a bunch of white people and doing the same thing, I say white people because there's a lot of animes where I can only see them as being white or Japanese or one race. And I like having multiple races within one thing just because it makes it feel real, like our actual world. World building. Oh, I don't even know how many islands we went to. It was just the first season alone. That is insane. And then we have we have humans, we have fishmen, we have if we break it down, we got the pirates who are on the sea, we got the marines who are also on the sea, we also have people on land, we got so many different things to put into account. We got devil fruits, later on because of spoilers, and I've seen clips all over. We got hockey, we have so much shit that's going to astronomically change world building in this anime. Filler doesn't break immersion. It does slightly. I put it over here because it doesn't completely, because they placed it right dab between Arlong Park, Log Town, and Reverse Mountain Arc, which I am a little into right now. But it works. The Millennial Dragon Arc is what I call it. Is fantastic. I'll get into it later. Luffy has to work so much. I say that because it makes him look weak half the time, but then when he does something really strong, you're like, oh yeah, you can do that. But he has for his goal. He's not the strongest right now, clearly, because Arlong is able to deal so much damage to him. And some of the other characters. You see this guy, he's probably bottom of the barrel, and you have to see him climb a mountain. And then another mountain, just to potentially get to becoming the Pirate King. And that's insane to me. It's very goofy and funny. I say that as a positive because I know later on people are like, it's Toon Force, but this anime, yes, it has serious moments, but it's built kind of like a cartoon because these characters are doing some of the most absurd shit I've ever seen. I'm sitting in the background and I'm just watching Sanji. I'll pull a clip up while I'm editing this. Sanji's like, don't hit the fish. He's just hungry. And then Luffy's like, okay, and the other guy's okay, and Sanji's like, the fish is coming down, and then kicks him in the face, and I started laughing out loud because that was the most absurd thing I think could have happened in that moment. 7. Every new character is refreshing and feels new. So far, no character feels the exact same, which is honestly incredible because there's been animes I've watched where a lot of characters kind of feel bland or not even important or don't even feel like their own character. They just seem like a plot device. And I guess you could say about every character, but I like to see a character that is kind of able to be on their own without the plot. And Luffy has a unique POV on people. I really like his POV. What I mean is, he doesn't care if you did bad things in your past. If you currently have the will to change for the good, he will see that and he will go after it. He is honestly kind of inspiring because he legit wants to respect everyone. He wants to be friends with everyone. But if you piss him off or mess with his friends, he's going to kick your ass. And that is lovely. I love that aspect about him. My lows, it's not really a low for the actual East Blue, but the episode amount is daunting. I sure the hell did not think I'd be watching a 1,000 episode anime, but here I am. And two, some people may disagree. Usopp is annoying and useless. He is a manipulator and a liar, and currently he is bottom of the barrel for all characters, in my opinion. I literally wish he has his moments, don't get me wrong, but out of every character, he's the weakest and is not as strong as the others, as in, like, his personality is legit. I'm cowardly, run away, but not anymore. And then he runs back and then kicks his ass. And it's just like, okay, I guess he doesn't know his own strength, but come on, man, do a little bit more. Middle ground, pacing. I like the pacing, personally. Maybe it gets worse later on. But I thoroughly enjoy the pacing. It makes sense for this journey. It's going to be long. No matter what you do, it feels like it's going to be long. And, like, I do have moments where I'm like, they could have sped it up. But it feels good so far. Alright. Arcs. So we have 6 arcs in East Blue. We have the Romance Dawn, the starting arc. We got Orange Town. We have Syrup Village, Bharati, Arlong Park, and Log Town. Alright. My order. This is going to be like my least to greatest in order of that. So first, Romance Dawn. Y'all didn't see that. I don't have an image for Romance Dawn. You get introduced to Kobe. You also Latabari. I forget her name, but it's the fat chick who later on gets the smooth fruit or whatever it's called. I forget, but it makes her like silky smooth and tall, and skinny. I wonder how that transformation even happened, because that would have been absolutely scary. Next, we have Orange Town. We get introduced to Zoro. Zoro is a pretty good character. I like him so far. He was bounty hunter turned pirate because of Luffy, and God, he has so much respect for Luffy in a weird way. And we also have him protecting the town, and it introduces us how much Luffy wants the best of the best and how far you would go for him. Then we got Usopp's arc, which I have at 6. Syrup Village. I hate it. It feels drawn out. It introduces Usopp, which is immediately shown to be a liar, a coward, and a manipulator. And I don't know if he meant to be a manipulator, but he's manipulating this little girl to believing the stories that he's saying. And it's, to me, I don't like that. Then we have Bharati, which I have at 3. It's a good arc. I like Sanji. I like the chef. I like all the characters. And we got kind of introduced to the absurd proportions. Maybe I missed it. Of that guy with like a skinny arm, and then it's like Popeye shaped forearm. And I'm just like, that's cool design. Like, yeah, it makes no sense. But like, why does it need to make sense? Then we also, some people show up. Zoro gets a scar on his chest, or gets cut through his chest. Which is just a one-off thing. It literally affects him until the next arc, which is really nice. But this arc, pretty good. I like seeing them eat the food, which a lot of animes don't eat. And I'm just like, wow, that's pretty good. I like watching them be people sometimes. I don't remember much because these first 4 arcs, I don't exactly remember. It was 2 years ago when I finished them. And this is where Sanji's introduced, and I like Sanji being a cook, and he doesn't want to use his hands to fight, so he kicks. Alright, and we got Arlong Park. My favorite arc in the entire East Blue. I love Arlong. He's my GOAT. Even though he's a bad person. In this arc, we shows that the Marines, I think, or the Navy, I don't remember their exact name, are corrupt. The government is not straight edge themselves, and there's people within the government that will do bad things, like our world. But then we have Arlong, who's a businessman who do anything for money, but he's also a con artist. So if he wants something, he'll figure out a loophole. Nami's backstory, super strong, probably the strongest out of everyone's shown so far, and I really like that. It's her pretending to be a bad person and showing the people that she sold her family essentially for money, and but secretly she needs 100 million berries to be able to buy the town back. And Arlong's like, fuck no, I need this navigator. She's the best in the world. Only a fishman can probably unlock her potential. But great art. I love it. And then her breaking down finally after telling Luffy, no, I don't want your help. And it's legitimately them just her breaking down, crying, and asking Luffy for help finally. Ooh, it weighs so much, and Luffy's just like, I got you. And then the aura shot of Luffy, and then it zooms out to showing Sanji, Usopp, and Zoro. Ooh, that was fire, man! And then Logtown. I have it at 2, probably for recency bias and because I remember most of it. I liked Buggy coming back, the smooth girl, I forget her name. And then also Smoker's introduced, and he's goofy, funny. His 2 cigars is amusing. And we also almost get Luffy decapitated, but some unknown force said, hell nah. He is gonna make it the next day. Then, the first filler arc, I am also going to review these, Millennial Dragon arc. We get Alpi, who escapes from a military ships, which are run by these 2 guys. We got Sicko and Fat Eric over here. And the crew gets them, and they go on to a journey for Warship Island. I like Alpi because she will give Usopp his shit throughout this entire arc, and I'm like, oh, about time someone doesn't just gag over all of his fake stories. But yeah, then we get introduced to Millennial Dragons. I really like seeing the Millennial Dragon designs because they're not just normal dragons. They're bird-like, I want to say, rather than an actual dragon, because they have the bird legs, they're feathered, they're not anything too. And they have to get this dragon to the original island so he can be healed. Which I don't have an image of, but there is this mirage that they have to go through, and then on the other side, there's this broken down place to where they find a map. And Sicko over here follows them, and there's like a semi-fight, and then there's an absurd thing where they're riding down a car on a tree vine, and it's like, oh my god, this is insane. Doesn't make sense, but I love it. Then they go back to Warship Island, and there's this fight thing. And Usopp does this thing, 1 in a million chance, I want to say, shoots a cannonball into their giant cannon that would have probably one-shot them, and blows up the entire thing. The dragon does sadly die, but it reaches its island, and it gets reborn. I did have an image, I don't know what I did with it, but yeah. It gets reborn. Alpi is offered to join the crew, but she, filler arc, can't. So she stays behind and watches over the dragons, which who knows how long they'll be. But she's this time not going to let people forget the lost island is Warship Island. Characters. I had a different plan for this, but I forgot it. This was like a 2-day creation of mine. So characters, I'm going to go with my top 6. I say top 6, but I'm going to just do the most, like it goes from least, the best to great, best to worst, and like a mix in between things that like I have potential for. So at 1, I have Luffy. I love Luffy. I like his character design, I like his powers, I like him being goofy, and his like personality is so unique and refreshing compared to other characters. Then we got Nami. I like her backstory. She's serious, she's navigator, she's a strategist at heart, and that's lovely. And she seems like, for being the same age, she's like a mother to the group, and she makes sure the group stays in line. Orlong, probably still pretty high up within every character. He's my favorite villain, as I've said earlier. His character design is so cool. His ideology of fishmen being better makes sense if for his, like, I want to say narcissistic point of view. Then we got Kobe. I only put him on here because I think there's potential for his character. I just don't know what it will be, because we've only seen him in the beginning a few times, in the very beginning as well, and then we saw him again when he got when Luffy finally got his bounty. Next, we got Smoker. I just like him. He's funny to me. He's goofy. He's unserious, serious, and yeah, he's strong. So I can't wait to see more of him. Usopp, if this was a tier list, he'll be an F tier. I'm an Usopp hater. He needs to get out. Who invited him? Y'all, he's so bad. He's manipulative. He's cringe. He runs away. He's cowardly. He doesn't try unless a woman is on the line. I wish there was more. Of not him. Okay, last thoughts. I didn't really think of anything for this part yet. So we're just gonna wing it. Everything was really good. The pacing, I didn't mind it too much. If it was quicker, it would be just a bonus. The characters refreshing, I said before. I did kind of already get to a Whiskey Peak, which is still so good for far, and it's still keeping up that goofy shit that I love. But yeah, this being weekly is honestly insane because some of the flow, like the motion they do, doesn't make sense, but they're doing it. And the only thing that kind of gets me off in a bad way is that it's stuck in that weird style where it's like a square. Like, I would like seeing that full screen, but so far it's not really a bad thing. It's just, I like just seeing full screen. But yeah, that, if I were to give it a rating, I was thinking about giving it like a rating. I'd give it like a 7.9 out of 10. Because I know it's the weakest arc, apparently, but also, it's not terrible. It's pretty good. It's a good start to a story. And also, for having so many arcs and so much episodes for these arcs, it gives time for growth within those arcs, and it makes sense for the time to go by. But yeah, if you enjoyed me yapping about this One Piece arc, I appreciate it. Bomb that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the next one. Alright, hope you have a fantastic day, and bye bye.